Motorcycle. Now that's a song, and that song is not old. That song is just about 2 years old. It's by a UK band called Table Scraps. Motorcycle was the first song I heard by this band. It's about maybe 4 years ago. 2 years ago, I can't remember. But the first thing I did was like, oh my God, that's the coolest thing. It's one of the coolest things I've ever heard. It sounded like some sort of punk rock Hawkwind, like minimalist Hawkwind or something. And I looked up the band, and sure enough, they're a new band. And within a month, I had asked them, and they had accepted a tour with Monster Magnet in Europe just because I wanted to see them so bad. I was like, I got to see this band. Do you want to tour with us so I can like watch your set every night? So they did. And of course, and I said, please, you got to do Motorcycle every night because I'm not here. I'm not here all the time. I can't always see different parts of the set, and they promised to do it. Really nice people and rocking band. I mean, Motorcycle is one of those songs you can't go wrong. He's just screaming, I'm going to drive it straight to hell. 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 I've got no problems with lyrics like that. In fact, I appreciate the minimalism in this confusing age. I hope I did it justice. Learning to Die is by a band called Dust, and they came out in the early 70s. Long Island's answer to Led Zeppelin, that kind of thing. One of the first bands that I remember as a little kid trying to, doing that hard rock thing like Zeppelin did. And because that kind of hard rock didn't start in America, It kind of started over in England with Cream, Zeppelin, and then American bands did it. And they did it in their own special way, kind of hyper, Dust was one of those bands, along with Silver Baltimore. And Dust did 2 albums. They're both fantastic, but that song to me, Learning to Die, is just the most frantic. It was kind of done in a British rock style, but only American kids would hype it up that much. It's hyperventilating. The song is like, it's all over the place, just driving. It still sounds to me like way ahead of its time, or of its own time, like it's of its own dimension. It's hard to explain it or categorize that song. It's hard rock, yeah, but I'm not sure. All I know is that I always wanted to sing it since I had sung Dust songs in my first band, a cover band, in like 1975 when I was a kid. We played Dust songs, and I said, if I ever get a chance to actually record this, I'll do it. And sure enough, a million years later, here I am doing it. It's an excellent song. Welcome to the Void. That's a real crazy song. I mean, I did a short version. We did a short version for this record. The original version is 7 minutes long, and I think it's got like 8 verses. I tried to do them all when we recorded them, but it just got I couldn't sustain. I thought it was too boring. It was just too much. So again, it's in the lyrics and in this wonky, crazy 60s parts that nobody writes up. It's like goofy and dancey. The kind of stuff that nobody writes anymore. So much fun to do to try to replicate that vibe of that. And to sing the words, again, repetitively, welcome to the void, when there's no explanation why you would want to go into this void. The singer isn't explaining what the void is. He's just asking you, come with me. And I'm like, okay, I'll go.